try some rooster tails, guys. I think there's a meps in there too. Some small meps and a couple small rooster tails. Got these little spoons. Like I said, I'm going back.
Let's go fishing.
Let's go fishing.
I'm on a mission.
I'm on a mission.
It's so pretty, I'd sure hate to waste this chance. We'll find a shady little spot, not too cool, not too high.
Degrees this morning, guys. It's cold. I got plenty of clothes. I'm down here and I'm going to try a little bit of trolling again this morning, just as something to do. The sun's coming up. It's about 7:30. My party didn't show up again this morning. Guys, if you can't make a trip and you schedule a trip with one of the guides down here at Lake Okeechobee, and there's something comes up where you can't make it, how about having the courtesy to give the call to either the guide or the shop, GARRARD TACKLE shop, or any other shop you're going out of, because there's a lot of preparation each day to get ready to take people out for fishing. But it would help us tremendously if you just give us a shout, even if it's late in the morning that we know you're not coming. I was excited this morning. I was getting them new baits. I wanted to try them out and see how they do, and I call them ice fishing spoons that I used to fish through the ice for trout, and the rooster tails I used to troll them for trout. And I thought, well, if they work out, it'd be a pretty good deal down here, and they did. They worked out pretty good. But I always like trying new baits or old baits on new fish. Morning, guys. I'm gonna try something a little bit different this morning. I'm gonna troll with some little spoons, small spoons, and see how that works. I don't know if I have to use a split shot or not. I just have to put them back there. You can see how small they are. I'm gonna try to see if I can catch some specks on those this morning. Also, I'll put 3 of them on. And also, I stopped at the shop and I'm gonna try some rooster tails, guys. I think there's a meps in there too. Some small meps and a couple small rooster tails. The meps, not as expensive. They're expensive with rascal, but they catch fish. So anyways, I'm gonna switch my bait over on my mafia rods. I'm gonna try some rooster tails and some spoons, guys. See what happens. Yeah, I got these little spoons, and like I said, I'm gonna try them out, see how they do. They only got one. They ain't got treble hooks on the back. They just got one single hook. Guys is out jigging. They're catching like a dozen or so. Right there, these guys. See how they do. I've never used it. put the rooster tails on, and for about an hour I was catching a few fish, a lot of little ones, but I caught a few nice ones too on the spoons. The spoons really done good, and so did Meps. When the fish are really in there, those lures will really catch a lot of fish. I'm telling you, they got a lot of flash, and you'll catch a lot of fish on them. But yeah, I just threw them back there like I did the other ones, just back there right behind the prop. The ones right behind the prop, I have them where that has a little bit of turbulence back there, which kicks that spoon all over the place, and they were grabbing hold of it. But it stopped there. Once that sun got up there above the trees there, the line, they just seemed like, I don't know that, I think they get down because of the cold weather. They went down on me. But the spinners and the spoons were the trick this morning in trolling. But it stopped. So I got the cane poles out and started putting out some minis, and shoot, I ended up with a pretty good mess of fish after that, them spoons, I remember I used to use them spoons when I ice fished for trout, and those small spoons when I ice fished for trout, and them trout would just jump all over it. And I used to troll with them rooster tails, them small rooster tails and Meps for trout on the lakes up in West Virginia and Ohio, and they would really produce a lot of fish. So, I thought, what, I got that doing the trout thing down here for the specs, and it's working, guys. It's really working. If you get a chance, stop in there at the shop and get you some of them rooster tails and try them. But I recommend you use 4-pound test. But that being said, I'll tell you what happened to me. I was reeled a good one in on that Meps right there I just showed you. Started picking up over the side, and it broke the line. It was over a pound. It was a good fish. But I should have a net with me. I'm going to start taking my net. But then, like I said, the trolling slowed down, so I just went up and started minis and put some minis out. And I caught some nice ones on the minis now. I'll tell you right now. The fish, it was cold, but the fish were hitting. The fish were hitting. They were real. When I trolled, I had to go real slow. It just barely moved. I was probably going half mile an hour. And then the fish went down. Like I said, when that sun came up, and I put them minis almost right on bottom to catch them. I wasn't probably 4 or 5 inches off bottom because I could see them. On my live target, and they were hugging the bottom. So I just put a couple more split shots on so I could get down there and hold it down there, But the boat traffic was really bad today because of all the tournaments. But fishing was good. You just had to be real patient and kind of change your tactics a little bit, but you can catch some fish. They're not chasing, you might say. You can't go 0.8 or mile an hour. You gotta really slow down on your trolling. Almost. And I got hung up several times when I was trolling. But you gotta do that because you gotta get down on bottom, and it's gotta go right past her face, and they'll grab it. But when it warms back up, it'll be back on the game on. But you can still catch fish. All you gotta do is just slow down. And whether you're trolling or jigging or minying. So, yeah, I caught some pretty good fish there. You can go see that mini and catch them on minis. Just using light line, guys. I use 4-pound test, but like I said, I lost a real big one. Reeled him in, come all the way in, he got right by the boat, and I started to pick him up. And I should have reached down and grabbed him because he was that big, but I thought, nah, heck with it. I picked him up, the line just snapped. But yeah, oh well. The wind was blowing, and it was about 48 degrees, so it had to be down to 30s this morning when I was out there. This is January the 3rd or 4th, I'm not sure. This is Saturday, but yeah, the crappie are still hitting, guys, good. The crappie will the bass will almost shut clear down when it gets cold down here in South Florida, but the crappie will still hit. but they're really, it's just a soft bite. It's not really a jerk down on the pole. It's just a real soft bite, and you just got to kind of watch. Same way with trolling. I mean, I've watched it. I watched them spoons. I just barely moved them through the water, but instead of that pole bouncing real hard, when they come up there and grab that spoon, that pole would just kind of pull back like he was hung up on something. There wasn't no really big strikes, and then when I reeled them in, they were just barely hooked on the tip of their lips. So it was a real soft bite this morning, but they bit. I mean, you just had to be very patient, and they bit. Now, when it's cold like this, I'd say the afternoon would be the best time to go. Don't get up early in the morning and go, but give it a little bit of time for it to warm up and warm that water up, and the bite will get better. So, but, yeah, it was pretty good this morning. Of course, I was using them minis from the GARRARD's Tackle Shop, and I tell you what, they got some good minis down there for crappie this year. I don't know what they're doing different, but the minis were really good. Yep, that's it. I had a pretty good morning. I fished till about 10:30. I put in about 7. I fished about 2 hours, and I don't know. I must have had 14 or 15 good crappie, but I didn't keep none. Like I said before, I got plenty in the freezer.